March 11th, we go out for warm-ups, and then, pew!
The suits come right down the floor like it's the FBI.
Oh, this might have something to do with COVID.
We had a positive case. We had no choice. We needed to take a pause in the season.
Every major sports league is calling a timeout.
It was the day the sport stood still.
I miss the fans. I miss that energy. I always knew I loved the hoop, but I need it.
We were trying to figure out what a restart could look like. The bubble could be a disaster. We could be creating a petri dish.
Everything was put together, and then
George Floyd changed the conversation immediately. It wasn't a question of how are we going to play. It was a question of do we want to play.
It's best to support the players and just not be here tonight.
we wanted to make sure that our voices are heard.
The athlete understand their power. They have to be true to who they are. COVID ended up just being the starting point, but it's definitely not the ending point.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Classic Chronicles. I hope everybody enjoyed the last episode where I talked about Power Rangers Once and Always, the Netflix special. If you haven't checked that out, please do. But for right now, we're gonna get into a documentary that I saw a while back, but I hadn't had the chance to review it, and I finally am getting around to reviewing it. And that is The Day That Sports Stood Still. It's available on HBO Max, and it basically tells you about how the pandemic impacted pro sports, not just basketball, not just but you also get baseball, you get hockey, golf. Just they talk about the Olympics that got canceled because of the COVID pandemic. It's just really fascinating. I mean, we as people, we see the aftermath of what happened when sports got canceled, but this documentary really provides you insight into what some of the athletes were thinking as a pandemic was going on, as a pandemic was first starting to spread itself. It's just nuts, man. You hear from Chris Paul, you hear from Paul George and the players, the coaches in the NBA. You hear from Mookie Betts. You hear from some some Olympic athletes that were supposed to go to the Olympics during that time, but didn't. And also Chris Paul, and I didn't know this until I watched the documentary. He's not, in addition to being an NBA player for at the time he was playing on the Oklahoma City Thunder when this was filmed, but now he's on the Phoenix Suns. But I didn't know, in addition to him being a player, he's also the president of the NBA Players Association. So any questions that a player might have, they have to go to him for it. So not only is he playing basketball, he's basically watching over all of his peers and addressing their concerns, and they had plenty of them during the pandemic. They show you how the NBA season, like the night of when the NBA got canceled and what the fans were thinking. It's just so fascinating. And also I'd be remiss if I didn't address the other thing that the documentary talks about, which is the political issues surrounding the COVID pandemic, such as the shooting of George Floyd, and how the NBA handled that, and It's as you may have seen during the bubble, the players were wearing justice slogans on the back of their jerseys and T-shirts, and taking a knee during the national anthem to kind of protest social injustice, and that this documentary addresses all of that. It's just so fascinating. I love watching stuff like this because not only being a sports fan, like I said, it gives you insight into what the athletes were thinking and what they had to go through during the COVID pandemic, and it's a can't miss documentary. Like sometimes I'll turn on HBO Max or another one of my streaming services, and there'll be nothing on, and then you stumble across something that you didn't know even existed until you took a look at it, and it's just it's a great piece of art, man. I enjoyed it immensely, and hopefully you will too. If you, it's still on HBO Max, so if you have HBO Max, definitely make sure to check it out. The Day That Sports Stood Still, amazing documentary. So that's gonna do it for this episode of the Classic Chronicles. Like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss a video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.